It's 3:46 a.m. on April 25th, 2019, and I'm currently sitting in my dorm room. I'm writing this journal to somewhat try and grasp the strange mixture of emotions I'm currently feeling. Tonight marks the 19th day that I've left for my year-long study abroad program here in Singapore. I've been keeping track of how many days I've left for almost 2 months now, constantly reminding myself to make the most out of the time I've left. I believe that I was doing myself a favor, but tonight taught me something different. After finishing our weekly movie night with my friends, I said my goodbyes, parted ways, and began walking back to my dorm. The moment I turned my back to them, I felt a strange sensation. Every step I took became more difficult as my legs were becoming heavier. Not thinking too much of it, I tried to ignore this feeling and continue my journey home. My hands got clammy, my chest tightened up, and I couldn't breathe. Taking the next step felt like I was trying to walk with the earth attached to my ankle. Out of breath, my knees became wobbly, so I carefully took a seat on the side of the curb and closed my eyes. I dropped my head into my knees and arms and let out a big sigh. My heart was crying at the top of his lungs to go back and not leave my friends, but my mind was commanding me to get up and just go home. This tug of war between my emotions and my defense mechanism to avoid pain left me stumped on the side of the road like a roadkill. I didn't want to accept that my study abroad was going to end soon. For 7 years of my teenage life, my depression acted as like a dark cloud that blocked my view from having any sense of direction or knowing where the top of this mountain was. Walking in this dark cloud alone required me to use every living fiber of my body to keep me alive as my depression constantly dragged me down, nights full of tears, suicidal thoughts, and a sense that I was alone. Dedicating the past years to dust myself off and turn my life around and slowly began walking up this mountain no matter how long it would take. I used studying abroad as a small piece of a torn map that gave me a sense of direction to the top of the mountain. With the days winding down, I felt like I was slowly losing those I loved and everything else I'd built up here in Singapore. I was not ready to leave this all behind, for I've been yearning this feeling for the past 10 years to see the top of the mountain. And I finally felt like I was able to make a significant progress. To minimize the pain of moving on, I thought reminding myself to be grateful every single day for the past 2 months would prepare me for these emotions. The act of trying to proactively remind myself of this time I had left did nothing but detach me from the present and unconsciously program my brain to associate unproductive days as a failure. I was shocked to realize that the person that caused me this much confusion and heart-ripping pain was myself. From years of depression and getting hurt from not setting healthy boundaries, I've created a habit of shutting out people that have hurt me in the past. However, I can't detach me from myself, so I was stuck and just listened to myself. I felt two fundamental identities clashing within me, but both voices seem equally convincing. One identity that takes a morbid amount of pride in making decisions on what I want and believe what is best for me, and the other identity that fears pain and learned to cowardly flee from any conflict. My entire life, these two voices took turns determining how I handled making decisions, but for the first time, I was in a situation where both conflicted with each other. What I thought was second nature when it came to making decisions left me confused with the possibility that I don't know what is best for me. I overcame 7 years of suicidal thoughts and chronic depression, so I should know what is best for me. How can I not know what is best for me? These questions are the spotlight of my journal.